This week on the Spotlight, we congratulate the Loyola Ramblers. They're in the Final Four for the first time in a long time. We wish them well. And Lou Piniella, we flash back to the time he was managing the Cubs and they were in the playoffs all the time. And then we also flash back to a basketball scenario with a famous basketball family. But we have condolences to the family of Dan Donahue, one of our camera guys, an all-round great guy. More about him a little later. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 29th year of the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They have tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and more. 108th and Kedzie. Lansing Floral Shop, open 8 a.m. daily. Custom silk flowers, Bridgewater candles, great flowers, 708-474-1212. A great floral shop, Lansing Floral. You've got to get to the Irish Legend. Great food, great drink, outdoor patio, great staff. Open 11 a.m. daily on Archer. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. You've got to get to Gilhooly's for our Friday, April 27th, 8 p.m. trivia event. Music, movies, TV, sports, and maybe your requests. Eat, drink, and play at 3901 West 103rd Street in Chicago, just off Pulaski. We'll see you for Benkowski Trivia at Gilhooly's, Friday, April 27th. I'll be looking for you. You can win a prize. You will have fun. Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight, and we sure don't want to start this way, but we must. Condolences to the family of Dan Donahue, our video guy who shot all our bar stuff, the Bears, trivia. In fact, he was at Gilhooly's at the end of December. We used about 9 or 10 segments of that and just relied on Dan over the years. He started as a sponsor with his coffee shop on 111th Street, but just became a good friend. And the guy could do it all. He was a carpenter, a fix-it man, did camera on the side, an all-around good guy, a father, a grandfather, a husband, a brother, and just the kind of guy you like to know who'd give you the shirt off his back. He will be missed. Good luck to you, Dan, up there. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Spotlight. It's fun to be in the thousands. We'll be flashing back later in the program. But first, even though we're on the Sox side of town, we're going to be talking Cubs baseball. While the Cubs are out west and it was raining like crazy, and they didn't get a chance to cut the grass, they can do it now. The Cubs have battled to be in first place, a far cry from what's happening here on the south side. It's just so rare that the two teams are good at the same time. But given the conditions, the Cubs are battling for the Central Division in the National League. And let's go to that ballpark and talk to people who are playing a role in trying to get them into the postseason. Lou Piniella was asked, hey, you're from Tampa. Tony La Russa's from Tampa. What about that interesting connection of both you guys being from Tampa?
No, Tony basically is. He hasn't lived in Tampa for a long, long time, so he's more of a celebrity when he comes into town. I'm just one of the locals, and that's the way I like it. I got a lot of friends there, but I've lived there basically my whole life, so I'm not viewed any differently than a whole lot of other people that live there.
You guys both have done a nice job over the years of downplaying direct competition, always talking about it's the teams that are competing. But I mean, there has to be, some prideful competition between two of you.
I think when I was younger, I viewed it that way some. I enjoyed managing against the LaRussas and Whitey Herzogs and the Sparky Andersons and the Earl Weavers and down the line, the Joe Torres. But, now I just manage my baseball, or the team that I'm entrusted to, and do the best I can with that. And I don't really look at what other managers do or don't do. I learn from them. I look at what makes a particular manager successful, and how I can incorporate some of his style into my managing style, and it helps because you've got to stay contemporary, and you learn from all these guys, and the good ones are around for a long time for a reason, so they do things a heck of a lot more right than they do wrong. Tony's a Hall of Fame manager, and he's going to finish second or third in wins in Major League Baseball. That's a heck of an accomplishment. And I like beating him the same way he likes beating me, but outside of that, doesn't go any further than that. I can leave here and go out and have a nice dinner with him after the ball game, enjoy that whether we win or we lose, because he's a friend.
Who was the best?
Do opposing managers do that?
What was that?
Do opposing managers go out and
I don't think they do, but it wouldn't bother me in the least. I'm secure enough in my position that I could go out and have dinner with Tony after the ball game, win or lose, and enjoy it just as much.
Who was the best you've seen or played for at handling a pitching staff?
It depends on how good of pitchers you have. If you have a lot of good pitchers,
It's easier.
it's much easier, yeah.
How about handling a mediocre pitching staff?
I really don't. I really, it would be unfair for me to pick one or two. There are a lot of guys that handle pitching staffs well, and look, the guys that have jobs all the time and win with consistency, they're the ones basically that are doing a pretty good job. So. And there's some young managers coming along that are doing good jobs too. So I don't know. I don't have a particular answer for that. I think a manager needs to know his personnel and be able to match them accordingly. At the same time, keep them fresh and keep them competitive. But the players get the job done on the field. It's not that the manager has a magic wand of any kind.
I don't know if you answered this. I apologize if you did, but is there any type of statement to be made during this 4-game series?
A statement? Well, the Cardinals are coming in like a freight train, and it's for us to. It's up to us now to make to cool them off, and they've been playing good baseball, and they've gotten back into this race. It's a credit to them. Reminds me a little bit of the situation that I was in as a player with the Yankees in '78 when Boston opened up a big lead, and all of a sudden we started closing it. We've got a chance here in our home ballpark to cool them off a little bit, and hopefully that's what we'll do.
D-Lee, is there still something that
I don't know.
he's not doing? Or
Derek will be fine.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater Candles, they want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Desplaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, EDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. There's been some controversy about this new NBA basketball, and I have to admit that in training camp, when I first picked one up, it felt weird. It's got a synthetic surface, a little different than the cowhide, rawhide ball that we were used to over the many, many years. And it is kind of slick. It's not as easy to grip. It's just, I don't know, there's something weird about it. I mean, certainly if you had one in your driveway and you'd use it, but for the fine touch of the NBA star, you could see how an adjustment to a different surface, a different substance, would be an issue. In the same way that golfers are very fine-tuned to the golf balls, the very way that baseball players need that mud put on the baseball, but not too much weird stuff, as the pitchers can attest. A hitter would be very aware of what's on the ball. A pitcher, ultimately aware, just doesn't have the same feel. And we'll be following the progress of players talking about this, but you hate to plant the seed in their head that it's not as easy to play with as last year's was. I'm so tempted to shoot. But it's not good form for the reporters to do that. So I'll just pass. We're in a pregame situation, and of course it's first Bulls regular season home game, and I don't know, I've been doing this for many years and I still got kind of a jumpy feeling. How about your anticipation of this game?
Just to come out and play hard, get the fans into the game, and get them excited about coming back, and hopefully we get a win tonight.
That's a good philosophy. What did you pick up in the first game or two? What kind of things did you feel you quickly learned about NBA basketball?
You gotta play hard every possession. You gotta cherish every possession, and just play hard. I mean, that's the team that plays the hardest is most of the team that's gonna win.
Was there anything that surprised you, or was maybe a little bit of a startle to you about the way your first game went?
No, not at all. We came out, we executed, and we played hard. So, I mean, good things happen to you when you play hard, and not so good things happen to you when you don't play hard. So, I mean, if we come out and play hard and execute, I mean, we'll have some similar results to what happened in the first game.
When you beat the defending champions by a larger margin than any defending champion had ever been beaten before, what kind of statement is that to the league?
I mean, I'm not going to say it's a real big statement because you got 82 games to play. You have to play 82 games. So, I mean, you know, you're capable of winning or losing by a big margin any night. So, I mean, it makes a statement to us that we just have to come out and play hard every game, or the same thing can happen to us.
Is there any comparison to back-to-back NBA games compared to a tough part of a college schedule?
Nah, no comparison at all. I mean, the turnaround is crazy.
What are your goals for, let's say, the next 10 to 20 games? What do you want to accomplish?
Just to play hard, all 10 to 20 of those games. Play my best, be the best that I can be. That's all I can do.
Okay. This isn't a question. It's just something intended to be reassuring. I saw Hakeem Olajuwon wear a mask for about 40 games, and he played excellently with it. So it can be done.
We'll see.
Good luck.
All right, thanks.
We're back in the spotlight, and we're doing a little Western Conference update. And we're talking with Mike here and just trying to get a handle on how your camp went and maybe some new additions to your club and how you feel team chemistry is this early.
I think we're going to be all right. You know, a lot of people have us down on the chart for, the Western Conference, but I think we're going to be all right. Everybody plays hard. We didn't shoot the ball typically well last game, but, we still had a chance to win it. And, if we play like that but shoot the ball better, it's going to be hard to beat us.
What things that you've done successfully in the past will come to the table, and what new additions do you think will make you better?
I think everything, it's still early, so we got coaches still trying to see what patterns fit with what, but it's going to take a little time. It's the first game. A lot of these guys, it's their first year here, and so just be a little bit of time, we'll be all right.
Is there any player or two on the roster that you say, well, this is going to help complete the puzzle?
I think everybody will. Everybody's going to put some input into what we have. I don't think there's going to be anybody left out to where, they didn't help us this season. Everybody will help us this season.
How about your assessment of the West? Is it more wide open than it was, or do you still see maybe San Antonio and Dallas as the teams to beat?
It's going to be close. I think the West has always been like that, and you never know who's going to come out on top. And I think it's open.
And which means an opportunity for the Kings.
I think so, yeah.
Projected record?
I can't tell the future, but it's going to be good.
40-some wins and a playoff spot.
Yeah, hopefully more than that.
Thank you.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You've got to get to the Sock Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. Back in the spotlight, and we're going to talk some White Sox hitting. And, certainly your club's atop the American League and a ton of stats. It's got to be a great feeling, and it really is a little bit of contagious when guys start hitting the ball and you're all on the same page like that.
Well, yeah, once you get a couple guys going, other guys get on a roll, and like you said, it is contagious. So hopefully we can keep it going this weekend and, play tough against these guys and try to win a series.
Talk about the feeling coming out of Minnesota having gotten a sweep. I mean, this is a team that you've had some trouble with in the past, and, it's one thing to sweep a series at home, but to go there and do it is, frankly, pretty impressive.
Yeah, we went in there, we played pretty tough. We swung the bats pretty good the first couple of days and, ran into a good pitcher in Johan Santana. But, Gar bettered him yesterday and, we have a good feeling coming out of there knowing that, when we do go back there, if we have to play with the series or with the pennant on the line, we've had some success in the past. So it's a good feeling. And then, you don't get down for these games against the Cubs either. So.
Exactly right. Your club, with the excellent hitting and a solid pitching staff, seem to have a lot of things going well. But then you pull the trigger on a pretty major deal, and it just you probably get the feeling that you have support, all the way through the organization in terms of going for a big finish.
Yeah, and I think Freddie's going to add a lot to this team as far as bringing another quality starter, number one, number two starter. And putting him in an already pretty good starting rotation. So, it all starts with pitching and defense, and I think with the run production, like you said, we've got a pretty good offensive team, and if we can get the pitchers going in the right direction and keep them going the way they have been the last few days, we're going to be tough.
One kind of not mentioned part of the White Sox game is defense, and I joked to you, I think, last week on the South Side that I couldn't turn on the TV without seeing the replays of your catches. But, it's been a pretty stabilizing force that your starting pitchers have to enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, if they have confidence in the defense behind them, they're going to throw more strikes, not be afraid to let the guys put the ball in play and know that we're going to make the plays behind them. So, we got to keep playing good defense and keep the errors to a minimum and mental mistakes, stuff like that. And, we'll be pretty tough if we can play that way throughout the season, through the rest of the season.
Is there a park or two that where the ball's a little harder to pick up, or I don't know, an uneven outfield, or could you name an American League park that strikes you as one of the tougher fields to play in?
I'd have to say probably Fenway, just with the monster and the angles out there on the walls. Most other parks are pretty much all the same. You get different cuts of grass where some are shorter, the ball's a little quicker, and then you got a place like our field where the grass sucks it up in the outfield. So really that's the only difference in playing, because most of the fields are pretty spacious and pretty roomy out there, and you got a lot of room to run. So.
Well, as you head towards the All-Star break, so many things are going right for your club. What would be some goals for the White Sox in the second half?
The same goals we had in the first half. Go out and try to win series. We can't worry about trying to sweep teams. If we can go out and win the majority of the series, we'll be looking pretty good come September, and hopefully we can get up in the mid, anywhere in the 90s would be good, but upper 90s, 100 games would be a lot better. So as long as we can do that, don't go out and give away the first games of the series, because those are probably the most important. I think we'll be all right.
Right. We'll be looking for that. A lot of things going right with the White Sox in 2004. Maybe the best chance for both teams to hit the postseason since I've been reporting. Now we talk some Cubs versus Sox. Margaret Alomar steps to the plate. There's a shot. All right. And now, you just saw Aaron Rowand. Now we're going to see Marianne Rowand. See if she's about a 300 hitter. Hitting runs in the family, It was a beautiful day at the Friendly Confines when this game took place. And we had this beautiful, nice camera angle down low. That looked good, but somebody strayed off the bag a little bit. Oops. Back with more in a moment. You've got to get to Jack's, 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. You've got to get to Oliver, 6100 West 159th Street for my live trivia. Alternate Wednesdays now at 7 p.m. It's a great place with great food and drink and fun. Get to Oliver's on a Wednesday. I'll see ya.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. We're back in the spotlight at Comiskey Park, and of course the White Sox have taken off out on the road. Man who's at the top of the lineup and doing a lot of damage, of course, as usual, Tim Raines. And Tim, I saw you on This Week in Baseball doing your list of, what was it, top 10 reasons about Michael Jordan, something like that?
The effect that Michael had on spring training.
Oh, yeah. yeah, that was pretty good. Well, not only was that funny, but as I was telling you moments ago, your post-game party after you guys clinched first place was also another great video moment. The one thing I enjoy is I think when you first came here and you were first getting a feel for the American League, you approached things very seriously, and now you're very relaxed on this side of baseball, you might say, and kind of being almost philosophical as you are over 30 in the major leagues.
Well, I guess when I first came over, it was a feeling of leaving. It's like leaving home for the first time. I was in Montreal for 10 years, and I came here, and then, you never really know what to expect. You definitely want to do well for the new team that you're playing with, and didn't really know many of the players, and it just took me a while to feel at home. I feel at home now. I know all the players. It seems like we've been together for a lot longer than what we've been together, and that's me. This is me, and the first year it wasn't really the Tim Raines when I first came over here. I guess I really wanted to feel that I could come here and mean the difference for this ball club. And I think I put a little more pressure on myself than I really needed to, and now I just feel confident. I feel like the city has
accepted you?
Accepted me with warmth, and I feel good.
Last week when you had a little leg trouble, Lance went up and did some leadoff, and of course he's had a couple of big years with triples and a good batting average, and I've always felt that with your strong, stocky build and the opportunity to get some RBIs, you might, as your career moves on, maybe think about going to more of an RBI slot in the lineup. What do you think of that?
Well, that's something that the Expos tried to do with me the last few years in Montreal. I batted third a couple years. I batted fourth even 1 year. So, I've always been that type of player that everyone has felt that I can not only lead off, but hit in those other positions, the third, second, as well as the fourth position.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. This week's show has been brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.